Who are running for state representative, District 28. We thought there was going to be an independent running for that spot also, but apparently she didn't get enough. You have to get a petition signed, I guess, and was unable to get enough petitions. So I think it's down to just these two individuals, and one of these two individuals is, come January of 2021, going to be our state representative for District 28. By coin flip, we decided who was going to go first, and Tony Furman is first. Tony, give him a round of applause.
All right, I'd like to first thank everybody for coming out tonight. I know the weather was kind of this today, so it means a lot that you came out. Just get involved in politics. It's our civic duty, and not everybody takes it as seriously as you all have, so thank you. Again, my name is Tony Furman. This is my wife, Lauren, over here. My beautiful wife. I met, yes, I've learned. We met in 2003 when I was going into middle school. I moved next door to her, and it was love at first sight for me. I was immediately placed in the friend zone, and yes, but eventually she caved, which you should note, if we met in 2003, we were married in 2011, so when I put my mind to something, I'm going to see that it gets done. We were married in 2011, so we've been married for 8 years. We have 2 children, James, who's 4 years old, and Nora, who's 8 months. Yep. And for the last 4 years, on top of raising our 2 children, we've been house parents for Second Chance Youth Ranch, which is a group of foster homes that provides a safe and stable environment for children in foster care. And that is honestly the most rewarding and at times the most stressful thing that we've ever had to do, because it's not uncommon for us to have 6 or 7 children in our care, plus our 2. For 2 years before we had Nora, we were full-time house parents, which meant we lived 24/7 minus 2 days a month in this house with 4 teenage boys at a time, at least 4 at a time. So as you can imagine, things get pretty crazy pretty quick, but we love it, and we wouldn't, imagine doing anything else. Just to kind of paint a brief picture of the situation some of these kids come to us from, share a quick story from a boy who we got to celebrate his 13th birthday at the ranch. And, we had the house decorated like you guys would probably decorate for your children. But when it came time for him to blow out the candles, he paused and said, "It's just like in the movies." And I didn't grasp what he was saying at that time, but he was saying, "I've never had a birthday party before." At 13, this kid has never seen birthday candles. He's only seen it in the movies. And that might not sound like a big deal. I mean, it's sad, but it might not sound like a big deal to everybody, but to these kids, it's everything. Just to be celebrated and have people care about them. That's our passion. That's why we do what we do. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time being a buzzkill, and I don't want to get emotional up here, so I'm going to move on.
They're adopted. He got adopted.
Oh yes, he did. He did get adopted. Him and all the siblings did find a loving family, so happy ending to that story. My wife Lauren is a kindergarten teacher at Arkansas Christian Academy. Before that, she was a teacher at Howard Perrin Elementary here in Benton. I have worked with youth ministry for the past 7 years, and I'm currently a realtor with Crylike in Benton. Now my goal here tonight is to tell you guys, enough about myself to have you have confidence in casting your vote for me in the upcoming primary. And it would be really easy to come up here and talk about, just walk through the Republican Party platform. It'd be really easy, but the truth is anybody can do that, and it could just be lip service. All right, so tonight, I feel like it would be a better use of that time to communicate to you guys why I'm a conservative. Because it's the why that's going to allow your representative to stand firm and to fight for our shared beliefs when they're in office. So if you'll allow me to put my history teacher hat back on for a moment, I'm going to go back very briefly to the founders, because I believe the founders understood something that isn't taught in schools anymore because it's not politically correct, but it's this understanding that makes America the most stable nation in the world. And that is the understanding that our rights do not come from the government, they come from God. All right, Thomas Jefferson made this clear when he penned the Declaration of Independence, when he said all men are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, but among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So the founders knew that God was the ultimate authority, and they did not attempt to place the government above him. Now, this is such a crucial thing to understand because it's the foundation of conservatism. All right, if God, what God gave to us, the government has no right to take away from us. All right, and it's important that your legislator has a deep conviction as to where our rights come from, because there will be temptations, there will be times where there will be pressure to waver from the conservative platform in the name of easiness or political correctness or just from outside pressures, and we need someone that's going to stand and fight for our shared beliefs. All right. Now, scroll. Now I believe that Arkansas is at its best when the citizens operate under the freedoms afforded to them by God, but those are not. But there are those who do not see things this way. There are those people who would love to come in and fundamentally change Arkansas and our way of life. And it's going to take a strong conservative to fight that opposition. If you don't think this can happen in Arkansas just because we have a majority of Republicans, think again. Look at Virginia. There's states that are formerly red that have turned blue. And we see what's going on over there, where over 90% of the counties in Virginia had to declare themselves a sanctuary county to the Second Amendment, to send a clear and strong message to the government that they're not going to sit back and let their rights be infringed on. It shouldn't come to that point. All right, legislators should step in and prevent this stuff from happening. But if we don't have, people willing to stand in and fight for conservatism, for what's right, the same thing could happen in Arkansas. Now, Family Council has Arkansas ranked as the number 2 most pro-life state in the country, and that's awesome. All right, with the 60 million babies being lost to abortion, being the second most pro-life state is something to be celebrated. All right, but it's also something that puts a target on our state. All right, from pro-abortion groups and for other, liberal advocacy groups to come in and try to change our state. All right, we have to have true conservatives coming in here that will stand up to that and fight to keep Arkansas a truly conservative state. All right, if elected, I promise to be the conservative voice fighting for your rights. All right, I promise to oppose any red flag laws that would seek to, deny somebody their Second Amendment right without any due process. I'll advocate for parents to be able to have the option to choose which education system works best for their children, despite zip code and income. Right now, we are currently experiencing the benefits of lower taxes and decreased government regulation. I will oppose any increase in taxes and increase in government regulation on local businesses that will stipend economic growth. Kind of in closing, I want to ask one for your support. I've received an overwhelming amount of support already from the moment I announced it. It's humbling, really, to see how many people will come out and support you. So support with your prayers. It's like I said, very much appreciated. And I'd ask for your vote. Can't win without votes. So I'll be around after the event if you have any questions. I'd love to meet you and talk with you, answer any questions you may have. Yeah.
Thanks, Tony. Next up, Marietta McClure. Marietta, let's give her a round of applause.
Hey everybody, good evening. My name is Marietta McClure, and I am a local business owner here in Swain County. My husband Kent over here, he and I have been married for 12 years, and he works for Farmers Bank and Trust right there in where the Benton Bryant split is, where you're not sure if it's a Benton or Bryan or the zip code is the telephone number or whatever. They're mixed up, but we met at Fayetteville, and we have been married for 12 years. He's originally from Malvern, and so after we got married, he tried to get me to move to Malvern, which is a wonderful town. Malvern's a wonderful town. I know we got some Hot Spring County people here, but we were both working in Little Rock, and I said, you know what? We kind of did a loop around, and I said, there's a, looks like in Saline County, there's a Target and a Starbucks. So let's start there, and that is how we ended up in Saline County. And we love it. Like I said, we've been married for 12 years, and we've been here for all 12 years. And so we have 4 children, and we have a second grader, little boy, his name's Shad, and he's at Ringgold right here around the corner. And then we have identical twin girls that are 6 years old, and they are in kindergarten, and we were really proud of ourselves for getting them to kindergarten. It was a big moment in our lives when we could put them into public school. And so, and then we also have our baby, who we still call our baby, but he's 2 years old, and his name is Baby Rex. So they keep us busy, and they're great. But so we, like I said, we've been here for 12 years, and we love Saline County. I accidentally started a fitness business about 6 years ago, and I've always loved to exercise and work out, and I just saw a need for, there wasn't very many gyms and fitness workout class type places, and so I went down to Bishop Park, and they let me have a class, and that was 6 years ago, and it turned into from about 2 people to 20 to 100, and ended up right over here down the road. If you guys ever went to Leah's or took your kids to the gymnastics place over there, we purchased that place, and now have it's one of my, I love it so much. We have it's Arkansas's largest group fitness gym, and so that's what I do during the day. I teach workout classes, I run my kids around, and but I have always been very passionate about public service, and my degree from the University of Arkansas was in political science. And so when this opportunity came about, since we had, like I mentioned, we got the twins to kindergarten, and I just said, I want to do it. This is something that I really care about. And I think I also offer a very different point of view. Being a small business owner and a mom, I'm just interested in helping where I can, and maybe a different perspective. And so the main things that I want you guys to remember about me tonight is that, yes, I'm a small business owner, I'm a mother, but that I'm also very passionate about my conservative values and my beliefs. I grew up, my dad was a pastor, ordained Baptist pastor. We spent time, we actually lived in Ukraine as missionaries for a little while, and a lot of that upbringing has really ingrained my values. Kent and I still, we go to church right around the corner at First Baptist, and we're involved over there. And specifically, if elected, I will make sure that I uphold, I'm pro-life, I'm for the Second Amendment, and just to really make sure that, to keep family values at the front. And then also, just like I jokingly said at the beginning about the reason we moved here was that there's a Target and Starbucks, but just economic development and really bettering this district, and that is super important to me. As we've been here, and we continue to, we plan to stay here, and to see Saline County grow in Arkansas, but just to make sure that it is growing in the right direction. Anyway, that's me, and I will stick around for a little bit while after. Love to meet some more of you guys, and yeah, Steve, that's all I got. Is that okay?
Let's give all the candidates that came over tonight. It's really good to live in Arkansas and have such quality people running for office. Makes you feel good about our future and our possibilities. Okay, a few things in new business.